Hey guys, welcome to today's quick lesson. It's going to look at drawing up a number line. I was considering not doing this, but I thought there might be a few people out there who might find this interesting and might need to know this. So I'm going to look at putting, first of all, some numbers onto a number line. This is part of integers because integers is all about positive and negative whole numbers, including 0, which is what I'm about to put on here now. Okay, so that's very evident when we're looking at a number line. So often when we use a number line, not all the time, but most times we will start from 0. Okay, now if you don't know, 0 we often refer to as the point of origin. It's where we start all numbers from. Now if I look to the right hand side of 0, we will be looking at numbers that are going to be positive. If I look to the left hand of 0, these numbers are numbers that we look to be as negative. So if I plot these numbers on, if I look to the right hand side first, we've got 0, then 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Now they do keep on going, but obviously I'm not going to sit here forever and do that because that's a waste of our valuable time. But you will notice that my number line has this arrow that says, or basically tells me, that I'm just taking a snapshot between 0 and 4, but actually the numbers keep on continuing. Likewise, the left-hand side, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's going to continue on as well, as led by the arrow. Now, obviously, the left-hand side, you can see the numbers, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, although the actual value of the actual number is getting bigger. Okay, because it's got a negative on it, it's actually telling me it's getting further and further away from 0. Okay, so the bigger the negative, the further away it's going to be and the smaller the number will be. So if I was looking to plot a number, plot a point, so let's say for example, we're going to plot a number, let's say x is equal to 1. All right, we would put a nice big dot on 1. You may have been up to the point where you might say x is greater than or equal to 1, which means I'll then put an arrow to the right hand side to show that my numbers can be equal to 1, but also can be bigger than as well. You may be up to the point even where they might say x is just less than negative 2. So negative 2 is here, and because it's not equal to, I haven't got an extra line there, I've just got a circle around the negative 2, and I point to numbers that are less than negative 2. So that's a little bit ahead of probably what you're doing at the moment. More of the point what I'm looking at is when you're going to be looking at adding and subtracting numbers, if you're not sure. So let's say, for example, we get the question, negative 3 minus 2, and you're not sure what to do. So what I'll often do in this case, now because I'm not starting at 0, there's no 0 there, I might even put on here negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, etc. You can put the 0, 1, 2. But you might not always need to have 0. But I am starting at negative 3, so I need to make sure that's on there. And I often do a couple of numbers left of it and a couple of numbers right of it. So what does this mean? Now, hopefully, we've looked at some of the lessons already on when we have two signs next to each other, but what about this one? Minus 3, and then we're minusing another 2. Well, at the moment, this is where I'm situated, at minus 3. Now, I'm subtracting 2 more numbers. Now, if I subtract, we've already said that subtract is to the left. It's negative, okay? Which negative also means, as we know, subtract. So it means I'm going to the left twice, which means the answer for this question is going to be negative 5. Okay, negative 5. Basically, that's pretty much it. Now, if I had a harder question, and for example, it might be like this. The question might state negative 72 plus 4. I'm going, wow, I don't know how to do that without a calculator. What I'm going to do is drop a number line. Now, obviously, I'm not going to start at 0 because it's going to be a long way to drawing up to negative 72. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to start here, negative 72. To the left of it, we get smaller, 73, 74. To the right of it, it gets bigger, 71, 72, 70, 69. I might even need the next one, negative 68. Okay, so you can see it's getting smaller to the left, bigger to the right hand side. So let's start at negative 72. Put my dot there. So if I'm adding 4, well, add means positive, okay, which means go to the right. So now I'm going to the right-hand side 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer to this question is negative 68, which is a number that's bigger than negative 72. Now, one of the most often problems, people say it's going to be negative 76. Problem is, what they've actually done, they've gone to the left, which would be taking 4 away. And that will be the answer for negative 72, negative 4. Okay, so if you're adding, we go to the right. Okay, so add, we go to the right. If we go to the left, we subtract. Okay, hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Pretty brief stuff, but hopefully it made some sort of useful to you. Cheers.